This video will be going over the drop it command. We consider drop it to be one of the most important commands in terms of safety. This is because dogs, especially young puppies, love to explore their environment through their mouths. So they're often picking up items that could be hazardous if ingested. And we need them to be able to drop them on cue very, very quickly and not have to dig something that is potentially dangerous out of their mouth. So we teach drop it through play here. We want them to have a positive association with that command, and we want them to do it immediately, knowing that whatever is coming from us is going to be far better than whatever they picked up off the ground. So we'll either do this through a game of fetch, which works very well for Luna because she's always excited by the ball, or for puppies like Ollie who catch on really quickly to the fact that as soon as they pick up the toy or the ball, I'm gonna have them drop it and they're gonna get a treat. They'll just try to skip the step and not pick up the toy at all. So for Ollie, it needs to just be done randomly throughout the day when he already has a toy. So that will look like him playing in the living room or the yard. You approach him, you let them, and kind of same if you're doing it with fetch as well with Luna, but you're gonna let him smell the treat at first, and you're gonna tell him drop it. As soon as he does release it to basically trade you for the treat, you're gonna say, yes, good, drop it. Very important that you mark it as soon as he drops the toy or the ball or whatever you're using. And then you'll give him that treat right after you mark it. And then as they get a little bit better with it, you don't need to give them a treat every single time, and you certainly don't need to show the treat or let them smell it each time. Now, the more excited they are by something they've found on the ground, of course, you might need to reinforce it a bit more when they're still learning. So start with a toy that they're interested in or they have in their mouth. But for example, with Luna, tennis balls didn't work in the beginning, toys did. Now we've gotten to a place where she will drop the tennis ball. But make sure whatever you're giving her is a little bit higher value when she has tennis balls when you're working on that. So you can use cheese even, or whatever she really, really loves, just up the value as she's learning with items she really, really is excited about, such as a tennis ball. And same with Ollie. He has some toys that are more exciting than others. So you can use higher value rewards when practicing. And this is just to kind of get them more consistent and then build up to something more exciting. And we did practice with sticks. Ollie loved to pick up sticks. So we certainly practiced with that too. And it did take a little bit more, work to get that to be dropped than a toy that he got to do really naturally. So just keep working on it over time. Consistency is really key here. It's very important that you do this every day. Again, this is something that doesn't need to take up a ton of your time. You don't need to restructure your life around it. Just a few times a day when they have a toy in their mouth, go up, say drop it, mark it as soon as they do, and give them a treat. Always have that treat ready. This is one that, of course, you don't have to use treats every time, but it is important for them to understand that whatever you have is better. So you do want to use treats often with this one. But please let me know if you have any questions. Again, build it up over time and they will continue progressing, but they have been doing really well with drop it. So I'm excited about that. Luna just struggles some when it comes to tennis balls. But I know that she can get there with just more time at home, especially with our older students. Sometimes it takes a bit longer for them to form those habits and kick the old habits of holding onto the ball and playing keep away. But we don't want drop it to become a game. We want it to be, or we don't want it to be a game of chase. We want it to be an automatic response from them. So as always, let me know if you have any questions. I'm here to help. Drop it. Yes, good girl. Good, drop it. Luna, sit. Yes, drop it. Yes, good girl. Good, drop it, Luna. Luna, drop it. Yes, good girl. Good, drop it.